right, lovely day, my lovers too. Yes. I'm Kizzy, and I'm absolutely grateful to share the following. Being loving and lovable with you too. Within my lovely city of Chicago. Yes, Chicago. Yes. So currently I'm sharing, yesterday I removed extracted a tooth. Now, when it came to come to my teeth, I'm very grateful for the teeth that I do have. Very young, at I would say for sure about the age of 15, majority of my teeth were growing out the back already. So me being the person that I am, it has been like, what can I do to better assist my own personal development? Because as a 15-year-old, I'm a child. So somewhere, I don't know how it happened that the teeth all had to come out because I was a child. So in my growing up, I knew that I had started habits that did not help me in the process, such as smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol. And I smoked marijuana at the time. So those are habits that I'm very grateful that I have sobriety on. I don't do any of these things, and I didn't like them then, because I knew they wasn't helping my body be the best version, but they was doing damage, especially the smoking. When it comes to my gum care, I don't know for sure if it was what color they were before I started smoking. First I started smoking with cigarettes, and then gradually it came into marijuana. So I would say in my 20s is when I stopped smoking marijuana. I think I was about 22 or something around that age when I stopped smoking marijuana, but I started I think I was like 16. Okay, but it was smoking cigarettes for sure. Started at 15. And so stopped smoking cigarettes, I think I was about in my 30s, early 30s, because I think it was like for sure 2008, around that time when I last smoked a cigarette. So over time, in me doing my wellness, my care and everything, I have tried, as you know, I worked with so many products from them saying they're natural and then trying to learn the ingredients. So after me, right now, I'm currently 49. I think it was like 40 the year before last. I got 2 teeth extracted because my nerves were so bad. Even though the dentist, he said, just use Sensodyne. He was saying my teeth, my nerves were just sensitive. But in my head, I don't know where it was something about the mercury being in those teeth. That's a feeling that was put into my teeth. So being in these health group and communicating with others, and mercury is bad. So every time I thought about the other tooth chewing down onto that teeth, my mind was thinking like, let's limit some of the mercury, because them taking it out, getting the filling taken out, and putting in new filling, I know already I can't afford it. At this moment, I don't have those connections to say, hey, take this filling out and put in. It just didn't come. So I just was like, I'm already in pain, can't eat, I'm on my nerves. I know because I was working on transitioning work, coming out of transportation, entering education. So that is the reason why I know my nerves are high, because I am very aware how my nerves are so tired. It's true, it's tired. It's just so tired of the pressure, feeling like I'm being attacked when I'm trying to take care of my business about other people. And I think it's more of me restricting. I think I'm gonna have a little talk with me being restricted, like the whole back from retaliating. It's like, man, I just want to knock one in. Like, my nerves like, no, you can't hit him in the face. You're like, shot. I think it's more about me versus me being attacked. It's the whole restricting of not attacking back. I think I'm gonna talk about that later because I think I'm gonna get to that point. And I'm like, let's be real. When you start talking crazy like that, I just wanted to knock you out, but I can't because I got a salary. I got to do some good. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it later. But in the meantime, I'm talking about my teeth care. So being that the 2 teeth, I just went on where he had position, where it's like, just take both, and we're not gonna have no gap between those teeth. 1 tooth is sitting there by itself. We're not gonna do that. So I just went on and surrendered. And that was about 2 years ago. But then I saw the cat, and I'm like, oh my God. In the area where the tooth was already loose. That tooth became loose years ago. I was in my 20s. My first husband hit me in my face. and I started noticing the gap was getting bigger. And I went to a dentist, and they was like at the time asking for a certain amount. And because of what I was dealing with prior to some of my life experiences, I could not focus in on that. So the focus was still the same. What can I do to put better things into my body? And that's going to always be the case until I no longer am on earth. Okay? So currently, after I took those 2 teeth out, it was about toothpaste. What toothpaste should one use? Being a person that's into my wellness over the years, it is known fact that certain ingredients that have been pushed to me since I was a child, people are learning those ingredients were not the best for any of us. People tried them out, and like, you killed a lot of people. So now, being the adult that I am, I was using neem toothpaste. For me, it did not stop that cavity. So I automatically stopped using that product. I started using that product, I think about 2017 or 2018. I became an investor in that product. Again, it's also about what my body needs. I'm not blaming it on the product, but I knew that I needed something else. And being that I'm still studying products, in here is a mixture of things. I started learning about this year, I think it's this year, a little before this year or last year, for sure, the end of last year. Giving thanks for individuals like Yaki Awakening, remineralizing. It's certain keywords that it's like, oh, what is that? So now the conversation became, what is the teeth? Yes, the teeth is being extracted, but what is it being nourished? I get that foods and everything is all taking place. On person, I did fasting, I did juicing and all these different things, but it's how I do everything that I'm going through changes of like pause, start, rechange. And I'm honored. I'm very honored because my mindset, even yesterday, to be leaving the dentist with my dentist saying, I love you. And I was like, because he's like, you sure we can put something like hook you up with a partial. I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in that right now. I already got other things more priority than me trying to put things in to be like, it's not investment wise, sincerely. So in my investments that I do make, one of the investments that I've always been into focusing on is our toothbrushes. Now when I started dealing with the one tooth I just took out, I went back and got these. These things are hard, but these are things I've learned over time. Individuals was like, oh, your toothbrushes are too abrasive. Well, y'all sold abrasive toothbrushes to us when we was children, so that already had been doing damage. It had already been scraping because of learning that, oh, they was too harsh on your teeth. And on top of that, you were breaking your own teeth down because you didn't know it. And they didn't teach. It was so much. It's so much stuff that my generation, a lot of individuals don't have their teeth. They got partials, and it's just not sharing it. But I'm not trying to talk about who in a partial. Get your partial, do all your thing. If I even get partial, at least I can praise and celebrate why I'm getting it. But in the meantime, I'm sharing the update of where I'm at in my own personal wellness, because this is me really accepting where I'm at and very grateful and learning and helping others that is on this as well for self. So in this mixture, we have things like neem, white oak bark, myrrh, activated charcoal. So these are things that's over here. And now when it comes to myrrh, I worked with myrrh at a time I had a boil issue. And it was like, that's the work. When I see things working and you start talking to me, I'm like, okay, it makes sense. That's the reason why also these are different herbs, different essential oils that I really personally focus on. So like here, I was getting low. I was like, no, I need more. I made it a priority. Peppermint stimulation, lemongrass, because I'm in the season of these bugs. And I don't like, in the summertime, it's me trying to just in the summertime. Eucalyptus, things to stimulate and also calm me. That is what I'm focusing on when it comes to my essential herbs or flowers or anything that I'm gravitating to. When it comes to in my mouth, in the sense of I started putting clove in there when I got that cavity. It was so hard. It was harsh. Everything was just overwhelming because I'm still transitioning in certain things of career and trying to get some things in order. And that's what I'm going through still. But in the meantime, I was doing clove, which I'm glad. It was under my tongue, and it's still going to be under my tongue when I travel. I work with Celtic salt, which I have right there. So when it comes to communicating about oil pulling, I'm very grateful that I think it was like 2019 or somewhere around. It was early. I heard about oil pulling. Certain things I've learned about, I was like, okay, oregano was one of the things I was told about as far as dental care when it was like, I think 2012. But I burnt myself because that stuff is so strong. And the person was just like, put it in your mouth. And it's like, no, you cannot just drop oregano off anything. Now, I'll do tea tree oil and I'll do clove and peppermint. But peppermint, no, really. But that oregano, I'll tear your life up. I don't play oregano, but I had to learn. And in the learning, coconut oils has been the chosen, merge those oils with them in order for them to do their work. not by themselves. So I work with coconut oil. Again, certain things like when I found out the reason, I know some people like you don't overdo things, but it's like we're gonna work with this, and it's a reason why I'm working with certain things to help me. I give thanks for every one of you all. When you see you in my life right now, it's because I'm grateful. When it comes to when people talk about I do all that flawless and learning, it's everything is so learning, it's so learning. Then their own personal saliva, trying to make sure it is alkaline and all of that good stuff. Let it do its part because one eats too much, and those are things like when individuals were forcing the narrative, eat 3 times a day. Like, do I have to? Then people are like, you need to eat because I was chosen. You too skinny. You need to eat. And it's like, but then my body is not getting the time to reset and none of that stuff. And people just really was irritated. No, I'm worried on healing. I'm healing, y'all. But in my case, I'm very honored. Even now, it is 12 times I haven't not ingest anything because also my care of my mouth of getting my teeth extracted, I had to clean. And I'm in here doing my basic cleaning that I've been doing, which in this mixture, we have that mixture, and we have baking soda I'm working with. Baking soda is something that's in ingredients, but then the reason why I'm sharing this even more because even before that tooth had to get taken out, the cavity, the hole was there. It was done. I saw it. I was like, dang, it's done. Can't do nothing with it but protect the ones I have. But the one that's next to it that started separating in the gum because they started separating from each other, I started seeing more healing over there because I started seeing the bacteria that was formulating, the plaque that was formulating start to leave. But the other one, it was an in hole. So being that the cavity is a deep hole, I can't really get in there like I thought. I really wanted to get in there, but it just wasn't breaking up with the peroxide cleaning and all these different things. And I just knew it was time because even when individuals speak about certain things like I have a mixture in my refrigerator. They like peroxide, bacon, so that stuff that burnt a hole. I felt it in my tooth and it started bleeding. I was like, no, that tooth gotta go because if it's bleeding like that and I see inside there's blood coming out of there, I can't even take a chance. So I just like, it gotta go. So there were so many factors of why, but I want to share this because when it comes to myself and others, I know we're still working on making better choices for ourselves, meaning we can help the next generation make better choices. And I'm honored to be this person to share this aspect so that y'all can see, even if as a mom, even as the person I am, I still want myself and those that are around me to receive. So if you're in my home with me, I'm pulling out things like this. I don't like this toothbrush. I was getting this from Dollar Tree, but then I'm like activated charcoal. I don't want my brush already activated really. But my floss pits and things that are already activated. It's the only thing I'm like, I gravitate to that. Y'all are really making this some work for my mind. I guess it's giving me some strain. Out floss. But in the meantime, I have things like I like toothpick was there for a reason growing up. And so I met toothpicks working with them and knowing that the wood. But this is one of my toothbrush. This is a toothbrush that I have. And I want to show you all because I be listening to certain people. Now, I am a praiser. I like, to be common sense a lot of times. I really do. Some people be like, well, you... Stop. It's so much to why people go through what they go through. And that's the reason why I praise and celebrate. I'm sharing more and more from my perspective because I'm not going to be letting strange people roll up on me telling me what I'm not doing for myself. That's a personal relationship. And you have to really get to know me and you got to really be listening. And a lot of people don't have those ears on listening properly because if I stop and you do all that cha-cha-cha and then I start getting into your life, then you're going to start giving me excuses why you are who you are. And I'm not going to let people attack me. What I'm going to do is continue to praise and celebrate from my perspective because I have an abundance of greatness that I am going through the transition and I'm already aware that I'm doing great because I know I'm doing great. I know my life story and that's what matters. I'm my biggest cheerleader. In the meantime, we have this stick right here, the African juice. Let me try to get the stick in. But I might still try to work with it because it's kind of like, how did y'all work it? This stuff you got to learn. They was already forcing it. I came in with trying to get in there, but I'm gonna still try to work with it. It's like you know what I'm saying. And it's a special stick, but at the time, the individuals that sold me this stick, they were so annoying that I didn't even want to go and carry import anymore because some people just annoying. They don't get this is us working together, but they want on some. I don't even want to talk about that for long. Let me move around. So when it comes to my toothbrush, this is a habit, and I'm going to share this. These things right here, I'm about to ingest turmeric, cayenne pepper for my gut, about the oil. I see that emerge grape oil. These things about to go into my stomach right now. Again, some of the stuff, I'm listening to other individuals, but I'm wise enough to know this. I would rather sit in here and intuitively follow myself than to talk to another person and tell me that they can't help me. Because the problem is still there, and I still want that solution. I'm going to always want that healing. All right. So one of the things I don't in here when it comes to my toothbrush is the only thing that goes under here. I don't like that water like that. It's true. I am like that. So I am now currently when I get through brushing my teeth, I am taking my own personal toothbrush and I am sending it through because over time in my years of putting in peroxide water and all this kind of stuff, because I know things have to air dry, yeah? So just if I look at my plate, that's how I'm doing this, thinking about my plate. If I'm cleaning my plate and I know the food grind is already gone, that's how I feel about my toothbrush. So I'm paying attention to these kind of formats, and this right here is that. So everything in my life right now has a reason. For me sharing you all the things that go in my body, this will be part of these are my ingest, but at times I'll stop and pause in on the sesame seed oil pulling because of the properties that they say sesame seed have. I am a person, I'm studying, like we all study and learn what's going to help me be the best version of myself. This is something I offer, right? But is it something that you have to do? No. But once I get off with you all, I'm going to put the rest of this on to my face. I already did my oil pulling to talk to you all, and now I'm about to do my ingest, which I will be ingesting today because I don't do it all the time, but certain days I do. I'm going to be coming in with turmeric, cayenne pepper, ginger, and neem. Yes? And this. I'm not doing this all the time. Activate charcoal. Now, because everything's about formula, portion, everything. But that's the part when individuals used to say, or still say, follow your intuition. Because the formula for your body, you will know. It's true. You're still alive, you're still able. If you're not, hey, your time is up. Because duh, we don't know how you're going to die. We ain't going to say, oh, you mixed that up and it killed you. Hey, you could just be. And so when it comes to death, I promise you, I can't even tell you all how I'm dying, but I can tell you I'm living right now. And that's more important to my being realistic. So that's what I'm working with right now. But like I said, before I even drink my drink, I share a drink that I mixed up. I will be drinking that once I get through my oil pulling, but I'm about to go into the oil pulling and then finish my workout. All this stuff I'm feeling in my body, those are my key lines. That's a mixture there to be the first liquid. And once I feel good that that's settled, I will be following up with the following. And then depends on how my mouth feels, because I gotta adjust to where my teeth are stationed and how they can still chew on certain things. I'm mindful of this process. So I'm honored you all to celebrate with you all. As I worked with elders, I used to have this thing like, yeah, make sure you get used to them vegetables, because I am going to be steaming some vegetables. Get used to them soups, because a lot of them used to have to, start taking in soups. So it was something, they was getting their nourishment, but they was doing it in the softer form. So that is something I've been prepping myself for me doing prunes. I got my prunes ready. I'm still working on all these different things because I watch elders. You're going to get older. If you still there, you're going to get older. But how you age is different from how someone else will age. And I just give things that I'm able to age like this. I hear individuals at times, you're going to die, yeah, that's how you die, that's how you live. At this moment, to share this update with you all, how I move forward in my mouth care, because we're not assuming because I'm into health, she ain't taking shots. Healing meaning some damage is going to happen, but how do I feel in those cavities, holes that's in my body? Yes, the body is getting holes, and that is from us talking about the cavities and doing massages to move and circulate things, and that stuff that I'm still doing. And these are the oils when it comes to my skin, and me working with essential oils and things to push fascias and all. These are things I'm learning because we have technology. We have the age of Aquarius, information age, where now the information is available to us in masses. Discernment is going to always be there, because it's always a knowing that if I trust this is me about to go through this. And I know so well that right now, how I am set up right now, I'm honored to be in the numbers. And I give thanks for those before technology came, that they were already doing these things, and they inspired me to say, hey, if anything, make sure you get these things into your body some way, somehow. And when it comes to these ingredients, these are some power. Cleaner, gentle, clean, antiseptic, because I didn't already slept. And now my body is about to receive to help push it out. And then what I put in afterwards is to nourish it. Keep the same process. That's what I'm going through, is keeping that same process. When my body say, no, I don't want that, that's what I respect. It's like, I'm good.
Inhale, exhale, because I get signs and symptoms through like communication. Somebody will say something, and then they'll know, like, I'll know, like, I'm good, I already used it. I went with this. I made a decision to go this way. Because I have these options: do it or not do it. So, I love with you all. I'm honored to share this aspect because this is me adjusting to the fact that yes, I now had to make the adjustment of not having my teeth. I grew up, I watched people, I looked at so many people, it's from children to adults, but what I know is a smile is beautiful because it's sincere. Having all my teeth, I go with that. What's left, I'm grateful because the reality, I am currently at 49 and I'm honored that I can embrace who I am because growing up, I had watched my mom at the age of 19. She didn't have all her teeth and she didn't smile that much, but when she did smile, her child looked at her as so beautiful. I loved when she smiled because I knew that was great for her soul. So my lovers too, I am Kizzy and Isom, and I will continue to smile and whoever that you got. That's right. I'm aware. I'm very aware. But at least I know why my teeth are not there and why I continue to focus in on being an asset and share. I'm still in the numbers with those that is thinking of ways to improve and praise and celebrate the ingredients that are still showing up in my life are now being introduced in my life and helping me receive some nourishment, and then someone else will see it like a child and they'll know, oh, that's Miss Kizzy, she's talking about ginger and I'm gonna try that instead. That's what I'm doing, yeah. All right, my lovers too. I love praising and celebrating with you all as I am that I am, Kizzy and Isom.